go. Pretty, look at that shuck, huh?
You might think of it as harvest on the half shell.
They're Crassostria virginica. They're the native oyster.
That's the lucky pea crab right there.
2023 has been a banner year for Virginia oysters, farmed and wild. In fact, Virginia is now the #1 oyster producer on the East Coast. And in the past year, more oysters have been harvested from Virginia waters than in any year since the late 1980s.
We've got one of the best aquaculture industries in the South, in the country, really.
Chris Ludford farms oysters in the Lynn Haven River in Virginia Beach.
Exporting oysters for the first time in probably, 30 years.
They usually where the stripe goes away as they get bigger.
That success didn't just happen. It took the efforts and brain power of state aquaculture and wildlife managers, academics, and oyster farmers. They came up with sort of a crop rotation model for harvest of wild oysters that allows for farmed oysters to fill the supply gaps. As a result, farmed and wild oysters are thriving.
They take the state, they've divided up the areas where the wild harvest comes from. They call it public harvest, but it really is licensed watermen. And they take those and they've divided them into 3 areas, and 2 of them you don't mess with during this winter. One will be in one area this winter, and then that area next year will go into out of production.
While harvest management is huge, a long-range outlook is also vital to Virginia's oyster comeback, and it's allowed resource managers to make predictions and adjust where needed.
Between the aquaculture industry, which is extremely healthy and thriving, and then a good wild market and a good wild production, we're set for another good winter. A lot of people are looking forward to it.
Now I'm going to pretty it up. So I got a nice pretty shuck. Fix my oyster.